he was fucking brilliant around the place. I mean, I don't think you can find, I think you'd struggle to find 5 players who've worked with him who hate him.
Yeah.
I think you'd struggle to find 5 because everyone I speak to, when you say about Big Sam, they're like, oh, fucking great, isn't he? It's mad. Like, everyone enjoys working with him. Like, we used to, I mean, you were at Blackburn, you know, when you walk in reception, you've got like where the secretaries sit, the receptionist,
yeah,
you've got a microphone, and you used to be able to ping it around the whole building. So he'd sit there and he'd have the microphone on and he'd just like press it and he'd go, yeah, on the fucking state of his clothes walking in here, Jason Roberts. So like, do you know, like Robbo would walk in with like, he'd have a pair of like pants on with a pair of Ugg boots or something. Do you know, like, and he'd be like, fucking state of this guy. Like, he'd hammer them. And it was just like, do you know, when you walk in and you think, what's this guy on about? And I remember I was sat in my house and I was watching a Hull game. We were playing Hull at the weekend and it was like a relegation scrap game. And Sam and Carl Robinson popped up on the screen. So Carl was the assistant manager at the time. So I messaged Carl and I went, fucking size of the gaffer's head. Next thing is Carl's phone's going. And I was like, he didn't see that, did he? And he went, oh, you fucking dickhead. And I was like, oh, sorry, gaffer. So he was like, I'll fucking speak to you tomorrow. But I knew I was all right. It was fine. So comes in the next day and he gets us all in a like a sort of a huddle and to explain what the training is. And he turns around and he went, so well, this is what we're going to do. He's like, I was at Hull last night and this bed, and he points at me and he said, starts slagging me off about how fucking big my head is. You know what he's like? And it was just like, that was like, but his personality and like the way he like approached everything was like fucking brilliant. He was such a good guy. Like, I just think of like some of the stuff that we did, like when we were away. We went to Italy and we spent like 10 days or so in Italy. And then we were playing a game out in Croatia. But we were flying into Croatia on the day, playing the game, staying and flying straight home. So we get to Italy, we get to the airport in Italy and we're on this like, so almost like a private plane. But we had all the crates with us, you know, for all they call the kit. But because we'd been there for so long, it was like quite a lot. And they went, you can't put that on. It's too much weight. Like the plane just won't take it. We won't be able to fly. So we were like, hell. So we had to get another private plane, but a bigger one. Anyway, it was like I think it was a Sunday. So he's trying to get hold of the chairman and he can't get hold of the chairman. And he goes, right, fuck it, I'll get it. And we were like, get what? And he was like, I'll get the jet, I'll pay for it. put 40 grand on his credit card. And we were like, fucking hell. And he was like, I'll get it back off the chairman. Like, because we had to play this game contractually.
What are we going to taxi?
So honestly,
dick. Same guy chewing on. I'll get it.
Yeah. So anyway, we're all sat there. So he calls, like, he goes to me, Andre Uya and Ryan Nelson. So Ryan Nelson was captain, I was vice captain, and Andre Uya was like a senior player. So he goes, right, find out what you can about Croatia for a night out. He was like, we're having a night out tonight. So he was like, this is shit. He said, we've had a great 10 days, but this is going to ruin it. It's not happening. So anyway, we play this game and we're all like texting as many people as we can. And Andre Uya knew, I can't remember his name now. He's a Dutch player anyway, playing in Croatia. So he says, can you set up a night for us? He was like, yeah, I've got the ideal place for you. So I'll box it all off. So Sam basically goes, right, just put it on that credit card. Tell them whatever they need, put it on there. So we were like, great. So he gets on the bus, plays the game, come off at 0-0 after the game, and gets on the bus and he stands at the front with the microphone. He went, right, that was a fucking mess today. He went, I expect everyone, and I mean fucking everyone, to be down in the bar in 10 minutes when you get back to the hotel. He said, everything will be sorted and we're going on a night out. If you don't turn up, you're getting fined. And he went, that's my decision. He said, even if you go for 10 minutes, half an hour, don't give a you go and you all have a drink together. So we were like, right, great. Goes up to the room, come back down, no word of a lie. The bar was like probably double the length of this room. It was full of beers and shots. And he was stood there and he was like, right, all that needs to go in 10 minutes, right? And he went, and outside there's a row of taxis. They've all been paid for. They know where they're going. I'll see you there. So we were like, now great.
It's class this. I know.
So go out, like all lads are drinking, get out to this nightclub. Well, it was like an outdoor nightclub. It had a swimming pool in the middle and all these beds around it. And just like walked in, I like looked and I'm like, well, like looking for the table, and all you can see is Sam going, like dancing in the middle. And you're like, fucking brilliant. And he had like a few of the staff members with him. We had the best night, like unbelievable night. And then about 1 o'clock, it was going on till like 4. And he's like, we weren't leaving until like 2 o'clock the next day. He was like, he turned around to me and Ryan Nelson. He was like, who's the most sober out of you two or trustworthy? So I was like, Nelly, like, give it, why? And he went, here's my credit card. He went, if you need anything else, that's me PIN number, stick it on that. And we were like, what a guy. So we told all the lads and said like, listen, he's paid for everything. And like none of the lads took the piss, and everyone the next morning was like, thank you, like, thanks for last night and whatever. So we were thinking like, that was it. He sent flowers and cards to all the wives and girlfriends to thank them for them being away for 2 weeks and for like looking after kids and appreciating like it's hard and like being away and whatever. And all the wives get on like, f***ing great him, isn't he? So he wins over that side of things, makes life easier.
Thing is, when the season started, you don't remember the running, you don't remember any shape that you've done, but you'll remember what you'd done that night. And you think, I'll run through a brick wall
massively.
For this fucker.
Do you remember Vince Grella? So Vinny was like an Australian Italian. He played out in Italy for years. Real technical player, tough as like one of the toughest lads you'll ever meet. And I remember when Sam got appointed, he was like, "Fucking hell!" He was like, "I'm not fucking playing this style of football. It's like it's too hard to play." He said, "I just want to play football and whatever." I remember walking into this meeting with Sam, his first meeting, and we all walked out and went, "I can't wait to play this." He just changed the way you thought about like how he was going to play. Because he basically just said, listen, don't f*** out in the final third. Middle third, I'll give you a license to lose it a bit. If you lose it too many times, you'll hear me on the sideline. In the top end of the pitch, do what you want. Just make things happen. But he broke it down in so many ways. And we all just walked out and went, this is going to be f***ing brilliant. First meeting. I've never heard meetings like it in my life. I used to walk out on meetings. We were playing Man City at home. They just signed like Robinho. They just signed Robinho and people like that. And I remember thinking like, these are almost like the Galacticos and coming into town. And we were thinking, this is going to be fucking horrible. We walked out that meeting thinking we're going to beat these. We'd have gone into that game under most managers thinking this could be, if we can keep it respectable. We went into most games thinking we'll win this.
We were away on, mentioned Kevin Andy being best mates. We were away in Germany on pre-season tour with Sam. So we worked out, you know what pre-season, like you work hard the first week, last night, he might give you a night out. So he gave us a night out in this fucking shithole of a village in Germany somewhere, but we found this bar that was looked half decent. So anyway, cut a long story short, we're in this bar, pissed, got a bit lively, and Kevin Andy started having a fight. Not a fight, an argument about something. So I've sort of got in the middle of, not in the middle of it, they were never going to fight because they were really close, but they were really arguing. I've got in the middle and gone, fuck, leave it out, boys. Jesus Christ, everyone's pissed. But Andy's gone. You can see his eyes are gone, like he wants to fucking chin someone. So me being silly bollocks has gone, fuck it, I'll have a go. I'm not sure if Andy will tell the same story because I was pissed, but Nobes was definitely there. So I've swung for Andy. Missed him by about a fucking foot. Pissed. Swung for him. He has gone clock and hit me on the cheek here. I've been hit a couple of times, never been hit so hard in all my life. Didn't knock me out, but I took a knee. I took an 8 count. I took an 8 count. Nobes is in the middle of us going, what the f*** is going on? It's pandemonium in this gaff now. Andy, I'm on my knees going, fucking hell, what's going on? And that was a pre-season tour. So I've ended up, nothing. We ended up, me being me, him being him, stood up, had a pint, shook hands, nonsense, got on with it.
Good shot.
Yeah, fuck. Don't get hit by Andy Carroll. He is one fucking strong geezer, let me tell you. And next morning, anyway, my cheek's out here. Andy's like, don't know what's happened to Andy, but we've gone down. Sam's heard something's gone on. So we're like, fucking hell, Big Sam's got us. down in all of us, the whole squad sat down. He's gone, what the f*** gone on last night? Blah, blah, blah. Whoever was involved, stay in this gym. Whoever wasn't involved, leave. So I've stayed there, Nobes has stayed there, Kev stayed there. Andy wasn't in there for whatever reason. He might have been with the physios or whatever. Few of us stayed, 5 of us stayed anyway, and he's fuming. In front of all us, you're disgraced, fuming, in front of all the lads. This is what happens when I let you go out. So me, Kev, Nobes, maybe one other stayed. Matty Taylor maybe stayed. And we think, oh, we're in for it here. We're getting fined and all that. All the squad leave. The door closes behind him. Big Sam goes, you buggers, what you will have been up to? Absolutely f***ing loved it. He's gone, what the f*** have you done? My cheeks out here. I went, Big Andy. He's like, f*** you.
Don't get behind
he was loving it. But then, obviously, had to do something, and I think we got fined in the end or something. But funny time.
But you could obviously see that there was no ill feeling.
Because guys, ended up having a couple more pints with Andy and having a laugh. It was just one of them things. It serves me right for f***ing swinging at him, I suppose.
To be honest, I think you have brought it on yourself.
I know, exactly. I don't make him wrong. It'd be interesting to see Andy's story on that, because I've never heard it from him, to be fair.
Who is the best player you've ever managed over the years?
Well, that's an hard one, isn't it? Because, I'd have to say, for many reasons, and there's many of them, I'd have to turn back to JJ Okocha. I think that we signed him after the World Cup had finished from Paris Saint-Germain. We got him on a free transfer. Imagine that now, JJ Okocha on a free transfer.
And coming from Paris to Bolton, what a move.
Yeah.
He'd always dreamed of that, Sam.
I know, it was amazing. It did have something to do with the rather large wages we paid him, by the way.
Yeah.
I think that I met him in Paris. I met him before he went to the World Cup, and he's saying, I'll have to see what's going on. I want to come to England. And obviously he were thinking at the time we weren't really big enough for him. We got that. But at least we'd met him. And obviously he came back from the World Cup and nothing was happening. So we arranged to meet him again, me and my agent. And we met him again in Paris. And to our surprise, we did the deal in Charles de Gaulle Airport. And I thought, that's fantastic. I rang the chairman up and said, we've done the deal. What's the wages? He fell through his chair. And I said, don't worry about it. This guy's going to help us turn what we are in York IF and him together. We're going to build a great team. And I said to JJ, are you coming? Are you going to stay overnight here, fly back? He said, look, I'll drive there tomorrow. So we came back on the plane and thought we might not see him again. And he jumped in his car the day after, went through the tunnel, drove up and arrived at the Reebok Stadium late afternoon and signed him on. But it was what he gave to the dressing room as well as what the entertainment value he gave on the pitch. He became the captain. He could speak 4 languages. He showed everybody how to play the game of football. And there's some of the tricks. It wasn't just the tricks, it was the fact that the tricks paid off. If he did a trick, he didn't lose the ball, he came out the other end with it, and the whole crowd would get on the feet, and we were selling these shirts. JJ's so good, they'd named him twice, and the old buzz around the Reebok Stadium was one of the delight with the quality of JJ Okocha.
Alex Ferguson's birthday is on the 31st of December, and I'd gone out and got a proper bottle of red, you know what I mean? So it wasn't
How much was it?
It wasn't a cheap one. It was about 500 quid. So you know what I mean? So I wrapped it up. Like Mrs. called me a creep before I took it, you know what I mean? So getting ready. So I give Alex, I just got this for your birthday, like I mean. So he goes, right, great. He said, well, we'll open it after. Like I mean, so fine. So I goes out. Anyway, we lost. So I comes back and I goes, anyway, I opened that wine. At least I'll go test that. So we opened the bottle of wine. It was a bottle of Vimto.
No way.
And I've gone,
What?
So what he did was he got Tony Cope to open up the present, take the wine out, stash it away, and put a bottle of Vimto in. And I've gone. So I'm chasing after my player liaison officer who went and bought the wine, shouting down the corridor, and they went, come back, you daft son. It's here.